So in this video I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful keyhole scarf using just double crochet and chain stitches. A really effective scarf that's really simple, quite a mindful task to do, but it looks beautiful in the end. So let's get on with the tutorial. Hello, my name's Karen Stangram and welcome to Conquer Crochet, the channel for tips, tricks and techniques for conquering your crochet. Everything I talk about in today's video will be linked in the descriptions below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a single stitch. So if you're keen to get going with this video, give me a thumbs up and let's do this. So for this tutorial I'm going to be using a double knit yarn. This is just in a light brown colour. I'm going to be using a 4mm crochet hook. I have scissors to cut off my end, my needle to sew in my ends. I have a stitch marker as well, just in case I want to use one to mark off my numbers of rows, and I have my row counter here. So let's get on with the tutorial. So I'm starting off with my yarn. I'm going to make a slip knot. You can do this in whichever way you prefer. And we're going to make a foundation chain of 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, oops, there we go, get back on, 23, 24, 25, 26. So for row 1 we're going to be working back down our foundation chain and we're going to do a double crochet starting with the second chain from the hook. So we don't count the one on the hook, that's the first chain, this is the second chain. So we're going in here with a double crochet. That's UK terminology. In US terminology that would be single crochet. So I'm going to do a double crochet in there. So I've inserted my hook, pulled it through, yarn over and pull through the 2 loops of my hook. We're now going to double crochet in each of the stitches all the way down our chain. So if you want to pause the video whilst you complete this row, and I will see you at the end of this row. So I'm coming up to my last stitch now, so I'm going to double crochet into that final stitch, pull my tail a little bit tighter, and that's row 1 done. So if you're using a stitch counter, you need to make sure you reset it to 0, and I'm going to press 1, that's row 1. Now you could have your stitch counter around your finger if you want to. I just like to have them on the side because I find things get in the way sometimes. But the choice is yours. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. Now rows 2 to 26 are exactly the same. We're going to double crochet in the first stitch, so the chain 1 doesn't count as a double crochet. So we're going into this very first gap here. So if I bring that a little bit closer for you. So if the chain 1 did count, we would start in this stitch, but the chain 1 doesn't count, so we're starting in this stitch here. So the very first gap that you see, make sure you're going under both parts of the V of the stitch. So we're going to double crochet all the way down for row 2. And then when you get to the end, you'll chain 1 and turn your work and start row 3. So double crochet in each stitch for rows 2 up to 26. So pause the video now whilst you do your rows 2 to 26 and I will see you at row 26. So I'm just coming up to the end of row 26 and my last 2 stitches, and I'm going to click 26 rows on my stitch counter. So you should have something that's sort of not quite a square yet, but you should have nice straight sides and nice straight bottom to it. It will start to curl up a little bit, but that's fine. You can block that later on if you wanted to. So for row 27, this is where we're going to start the keyhole section. Now most keyholes are sort of shaped with a round circle at the top. This is more of just a slit that's going to work, where we can put one end of the scarf through the slit on the other end of the scarf. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we started off with 26 chains in our work. We used one of them to give us the height for the next row. So in each of these rows we've had 25 stitches. So what we're going to do is to work 12 of those stitches, leave 1 stitch unworked, and then we'll come back and work on the other 12 stitches. So we need to do a double crochet in the first 12 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. We're going to leave the rest of these stitches unstitched, if you like, unworked. But what I am going to do is to put my stitch marker in here. I'm not actually going to put it in those stitches here, I'm going to put it on this side. And by doing that I will know that this was the side that I need to carry on from after I finish doing the keyhole section here. So I know that I can start from this bit here. So just keeping my stitch marker there just helps me to remember which is the right side and which is the wrong side. So we've done our 12, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to work back along this row. So that's row 27, this is row 28, and we work back along this row, double crochets all the way. And this will be exactly the same now for rows 28 up to row 41. Okay, so if you pause the video now whilst you do row 28 up to row 41 until you have a little strip here. Okay, remember, leave the rest of this work unworked. So row 28 up to row 41, okay, and I will join you at the end of row 41. So I'm just coming up to my last stitch on 41. And make sure I counted that there, and you should be on the outside of your piece of work. So you should be finishing off on this end of your piece of work. So what we're going to do now is to yarn over, pull through and then cut off this end. Okay, turn your work back round, and if you put your stitch marker in, you should have your stitch marker at the front. I'm going to take my stitch marker out for now. So we've worked 12 stitches along here, and we need to work 12 stitches along this side here. But there are actually 13 stitches to work into, and what we're going to do is to skip this stitch here in the middle. That's going to allow us to have the gap to pull through the other end of the scarf through the keyhole. So skipping this stitch, we're going into the next stitch. I'm just going to put my needle hook in there for now. So I'm going to take my yarn, going to make a slip knot in exactly the same way as we did at the beginning, or whichever way you prefer to do it. Pop the slip knot over my hook and put it through, tighten up as you need to, chain 1 and make a double crochet in the same stitch that you've just attached to. So that's 1, we're going to have 12 in this row, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So this is a repeat of row 27 that we did on this side, so I'm going to reset my stitch counter up to row 27. There we go. Chain 1, turn my work, and I'm going to work row 28, and again rows 28 up to row 41 will be exactly the same. Now just double crochet into each stitch across. When you come to the end, chain 1, turn your work. The chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so you work in that very first stitch of each row. Okay, so again do rows 28 up to 41, and I will see you at the end of row 41. So for row 42 we want to do a row that's going to join up these two sections. So we're going to chain 1 and then double crochet in the first chain, so in the first stitch, and in the next 11 all the way across this first, I'm going to call them flappy sections, all the way across this first flappy section, making sure that we have gone into every stitch, that we haven't missed one, otherwise we will end up with wonky stitches, and it's easy to miss out a stitch sometimes. So we might just go back and check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. We then have this section at the bottom here that we didn't work, so we need to chain 1 to go over that space, just to travel over to this side. Then we need to do the next 12 on the other side, and just work along a double crochet in each of those stitches. And from here on it's pretty straightforward with what we need to do. Let me just get to the end of this row. And again, you might find this one tricky to go into because this is where we tied off, so depending how tightly you've tied this off, you might find that last stitch trickier to get into. So we had 12, we've got the 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 12 is 24, plus the chain 1 is 25, and we're all good to go for the rest of our scarf. So for row 43 then, we chain 1 and we turn, and we do a double crochet in each stitch going across. So let's do the first 12. It's 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. It's a little more delicate here because you've got the chain. Do a double crochet into the chain stitch and then do 12 double crochets on the other side of that chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So at the end of every row you chain 1 you turn, chain 1 doesn't count, you're going to work into that first stitch. So from row 44 up to row 197, we're just going to do exactly the same thing, double crocheting all the way until we get the length of our scarf. Now for me that was an additional 154 rows. For you, you may want to have it longer, you may want to have it a little bit shorter. The length that I went for was something that I could wear with maybe a suit jacket, so not necessarily a big bulky scarf that I'm going to go wearing if I'm going out for a hike, but something I just want to keep the cold off my neck if I'm in work or I'm nipping around in town with a light jacket on. So it doesn't come particularly long, it's sort of an upper chest area kind of scarf. So we're going up to row 197, or as long as you would like it to be. So pause the video now and I will see you at the end of 100 and row 97. So just coming up to the end of row 197. It's quite a hard slog, always helps if you count your rows, make sure you've got the right number of rows. So I've come to the end there. We're just keeping this scarf very simple. So we're not going to be doing any borders or anything on it, it's just going to be the simple scarf. I've cut off my end, so all we need to do now is to sew in the ends on these extra bits that we have, and obviously on our starting tail, and our scarf will be finished. So I just wanted to show you sewing in the ends in case you haven't done this before. So we go under a few stitches with our needle. Let me just turn this light up, it's a bit bright. There we go. We're going under a few stitches with our needle and then thread the yarn through and put it through a few stitches. Now I always try and go with a rule of 3, particularly because around this keyhole here is going to get a lot of this end of the scarf being pulled through all the time, so we want to make sure that that end isn't going to come loose at any point. So we turn the work around. You go over one of the stitches you've just gone through and then back along the same group of stitches, thread your yarn and pull through. So that's twice, and then just for good measure I'm going to go over this stitch here and through a few stitches there and pull through. Now this really should not come out now, it's woven quite tightly in, and what I do then is just pull a little bit on the stitch, snip off the ends and then just straighten that out a little bit, and that should be pretty well hidden within those stitches. And there you have your finished beautiful keyhole scarf. Very simple. This little bit of ruching here happens because we have 25 stitches in a row and we only have a gap of 10. If you want to slightly less ruching, just make this gap slightly bigger. But I quite like the ruching. I think it adds something to the scarf when you're wearing it. Don't worry about these corners curling up, you can block those out if you want to, or you could put little pom-poms or tassels on the end just to give it a little bit of extra weight. But that's how to make a really simple basic keyhole scarf. I really hope you found today's tutorial useful. If there are any information that you need to find out about this video, have a look in the descriptions below where I post all the links to any freebies and other videos I think you might find useful. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, to give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget also to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you've enjoyed it and you'd like to see more of my tutorial videos. There are 2 other videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!